Hey, Tony Gadsden here. You know, I might just start calling this series Ride with Tony. Oh no, I used to call this Car Chronicles, but I might call it Ride with Tony. Just because a lot of times I get in the car, I'd rather talk and process my thoughts and be sharing that with somebody else, just in case it's something in there that you can use. But instead of just listening to music or listening to radio, you know, my little NBA and NFL radio, I'd rather talk it out a little bit and hear those thoughts. And I make a lot of runs in the car because we always got something to pick up. But you know, I was just thinking earlier today and about how, and I wanted to share this because a lot of people, you know, building a brand. And one thing I notice is we make connections and, you know, we'll connect with different people. But for me, I always like to pay attention to how people live their life. And I want to pay attention to how people live their life before I get too close to somebody and before I really be connecting with somebody. And I try not to do too much if I don't feel people's spirit in the right place and their discernment in the right place. Because sometimes it's not just about our spirit, it's about our discernment. And we also got to be honest of where we operating from too, because we could not be honest with ourselves on where we operating from. So somebody, you could see something in the spiritual realm and say, okay, this person right here is not operating from the right place, because it doesn't make sense for a single man to be so passionate about giving relationship advice instead of being quiet and focusing on finding a relationship and cultivating a relationship and getting real knowledge and real data from the relationship. Why is this single man so passionate about teaching women about love and relationships? The answer is then money and fame. And so a woman could take and see that, but because he's single and because she's single and because he may be attractive to her, she will take and ignore her discernment that says this doesn't make sense for a single man to be so passionate about giving women relationship advice. And she will engage with his content, like his posts, support him, but it's really so that she could be seen because she's single. And although his message may not make a lot of sense, if she could have the opportunity to be seen by him, to be associated with him, to end up maybe dating him, then she would by all means want to be that woman that takes him off the market. So she would have to evaluate where she operating from. She operating from a thirst for love or a thirst for a relationship, not from a lack of discernment. She see clear and well that what he's doing is for money and fame. And so that's the thing where that's why I try to pay attention to. And so I could take as a man and be interacting with this young lady, and what she says and what she does and how she believes is the complete opposite of me. But if I'm thinking about the sexual side of things and I'm thinking about her body and I'm thinking about how she looked, then my interactions with her could be from lust and not from a genuine desire to help. And so if I'm interacting with this lady post online and I'm liking her posts, but none of what she represents is pure or holy or productive, and there's another lady who bumps into this lady, and the lady respects my brand, and she see me liking the post of a woman who is twerking online or showing her body off or kind of being like a temptress or seducting and what have you, leading with her body, then that will turn off that other lady or man who sees that, because that don't add up. And so I say that to say, and I remember that happened to me one time years ago when I literally was helping any and everybody, and I had some escorts that reached out to me for coaching, escorts, strippers. And when I started following everybody back on Twitter, I wasn't paying attention to who I was following, but they was in that follow list. The reason why is because I just was looking at profile pictures, because I had hit about 100,000 or something like that amount of thousand followers, and I was only following 25 people. And I started getting a lot of flack about it, looking arrogant and all of that, and people having a problem with it. So I just said, you know what, I'm gonna just try to follow everybody back. So I went through it, and I just follow. Come to find out later, I had a lot of porn stars and escorts, and even on the men's side, male gigolos, male porn stars that following me. And it was just the craziest thing, because my whole page was positivity, but I guess everybody need positivity. I don't know if they wanted to get motivated before going to shoot they scene. Like, I did not understand it when I found out later, because I started looking at my timeline, and this was years later. And I remember one day looking at my timeline, and I see just a woman on there just clapping booty cheeks in a thong, and I'm like, whoa, I follow her? Then another time I'm looking on there, and I seen a man just with dangling out, just on there just going crazy. I'm like, whoa, I follow this? And so what it did is, it was like, wow. It made me look bad, because I just went to just hit follow. But guess what? Other people could bump into these people's pages, and it'll show followed by Tony Gaskin. So imagine how that look if they see I'm following this man who is with men, but also doing nasty movies. That they're gonna be like, whoa, Tony, that what you into? But not realizing I just had an auto follow. And that's what I mean by guilty by association. And so it's really like, I need to go through my Twitter, unfollow everybody, start all over, and just follow people that I actually know or have met or what have you. And so, and just think about that now, I'm like, man, look, I need to take time to do that. So that's how, when I'm connecting personally, and that's what I say to speakers and coaches, it ain't about judging somebody, but you really want to make sure somebody's life add up, and their ministry and their message add up. Because some people be so happy to connect and be so happy to be associated and affiliated that they don't really think about the brand implications. And I noticed this with a lot of people building their brand, just connecting and collaborating with any and everybody, but not really thinking about the implications and what that says to the people who hanging in the balance. And that's why I try not to do too much stamping and promoting of men, because a lot of times what I learned is men will come and connect with me because they ex-girlfriend follow me, or they ex-girlfriend respect me, they ex-wife follow me, respect me, and they'll come connect, seeing that I don't connect with a lot of men, knowing that I'll be, you know, happy to have male support and followers, because my following is mostly women. And so I connect with men and, you know, may retweet them or repost them or link up with them, and they, you know, they take a picture with me and post it. And so then now that taking shut down they woman. I remember one time a guy got my books and he posted it, and anybody post my books in their story, I reposted. I reposted in my story and I got a DM immediately from a lady. Take that down, remove that now. That man is toxic, he abusive, he did this to my sister, he did that to my sister. And I was like, wow. He knew they follow me. And so he knew all about me and of me, and he went and got them books and posted them, hadn't even read the books probably, just to let them know like I'm still here, or to look like he was doing the work. He probably didn't even expect me to repost it actually, but I just would do that because it's just, you know, social proof. And so I say that to say I started thinking about that and really, you know, processing it. So I know men who they got a divorce, and I can't judge nobody, but they went and they got a divorce, but if they're a man of the cloth and they're a pastor and they got a divorce and it wasn't because their wife cheated on them, I disassociate myself. Like, you know, still love them as a brother, love them in Christ, but I'm not finna be all chummy and buddy and all up under them, because I'm like, no, brother, because you're sending the wrong message. That's saying, hey, it's okay when you get tired of your woman because you see this other woman who got more money or more fame, more success, she more in the spotlight. You being a pastor could just divorce your wife and go get with another woman because you tired, you want something new. And so that's how I had to start living my life, and I want to share that with y'all and say, be careful now. Be careful who and how you connect, and make sure people living the life that you want to live and that you agree with. It's Tony Gaxton. God bless you.